Anyway, let's take a look at 3-4 factoring expressions. So here, example number 1, factor out the GCF between these two terms. So what we're going to do is take a look at what's in common between 24x and 18. So what number goes into 24 and 18? How about 2? We can go ahead and divide both numbers by 2, and our result is 12 and 9. But wait, something else goes into 12 and 9, and that will be 3. Dividing, we're left with 4 and 3. Does anything go into 4 and 3? Only 1, so that doesn't help us. So we multiply the two numbers that we divided by previously, 2 times 3, and that will get us our GCF. 2 times 3 is 6. So here we can divide out the GCF. Factoring out means to divide it. So 6 is our GCF, and we're left with 24x divided by 6, which is 4x, minus 18 divided by 6, which is 3, and nothing 4 and 3 have in common. Final answer, and we're done. Let's do the same thing for 15y and 25. Let's find the GCF between the two. Since they both end in a 5, let's divide by 5, and we're left with 3 and 5, which have nothing in common other than 1. Here, 5 is our GCF, so we're going to divide out the 5, and we're left with 15 divided by 5 is 3y, plus 25 divided by 5 is 5. 3 and 5 have nothing in common, so we know we're done. Looking at these next two problems, we can go ahead and factor out a rational number, meaning a fraction, mixed number, decimal, something like that. Here we're going to go ahead and factor out 1/2. So taking out the 1/2, we need to divide by 1/2. 1/2 divided by 1/2, of course, is 1. So we're left with 1x. 3/2 divided by 1/2. Well, we're going to go through this long process, but simply 3/2 divided by 1/2 would just be 3, because how many 1/2s fit into 3/2? Well, that would be 3. But sometimes they don't have common denominators, so we can use the complex fractions method. Here it's enlarged. 3/2 divided by 1/2 is the same thing as 3/2 divided by 1/2 in simple left to right form. Using keep, change, flip, we're going to multiply 3/2 times 2 over 1. And of course, cross-canceling, we're left with 3 over 1, or just 3. So our final answer is 1/2 times the quantity x plus 3. And now we'll do the same thing for example number B. Factor out the 2.5. 2.5 divided by 2.5 is 1. So 1x plus 5 divided by 2.5. You can use a calculator and you know you'll get 2 as an answer, or figure out how many times 2.5 goes into 5. But if you'd like to see it the long way, we can multiply the top and bottom by 10 to get rid of the decimal. So we get 50 over 25, which of course is 2. And that's our final answer. Last set of examples. Factoring more. So we have 3 terms in this case. We will still need to find the greatest common factor between all 3 terms. So let's go ahead and use our division method. We have 8, 20, and 12. What number goes into all 3? 4 does. So let's go and divide by 4 and go ahead and divide out. We get 2, 10, and 6. Wait, 6? 12 divided by 4 is not 6, you animal. It should be a 3. Now looking at 2, 10, and 3, nothing in common, so our GCF is 4. So we're going to divide out a 4. So 4 goes on the outside. In this case, we'll make it a -4 since it's leading a negative. -8 divided by -4. Let's go ahead and make that a 2d. 20 divided by -4 is -5. And 12 divided by -4 is -3y. Now we want to go ahead and clean this up. We don't like to use double operations, so rather than making it plus negative, let's just make that a minus. Same thing for plus -3y. Let's just make that a -3y, and we are done. In the last example, here we have more than just numbers in common, and that's possible. We have 16 and -28. Let's go ahead and factor that out first. What goes into both? Let's try 4. Dividing, we get 4 and 7 as a remainder, and nothing goes into either one of those, so 4 is our GCF. So we'll go ahead and pull out a 4. But wait, they also have a p in common. So we're not only going to pull out a 4, we're going to pull out a 4p. Writing down our GCF of 4p on the outside, we're going to divide 16px divided by 4p. We're left with 4x because 16 divided by 4 is 4. The p's cancel. We're left with x. 28 divided by 4 is 7. The p's cancel. We're left with y. And that's our final answer. And we flex, kiss the bicep, and good day.